Good morning, seventh grade. How are you? Hopefully, everyone's staying happy and healthy. I know I am enjoying watching the snow outside, so that's good. All right, so today we're going to be going over just some notes and then we're going to meet tomorrow to kind of, discuss them and I'll field any questions that you have. Okay, so today's topic, we're going over two different things. Okay, one, the XYZ affair, which I have some little notes here. And then we're also going to be going over the Alien and Sedition Acts. Okay, so I have my notes for me. You guys have your slides. I just kind of want to go over a few things just to make sure that everyone kind of is clear with these two moments. Okay, so first things first, with the XYZ affair, I want you guys to understand that this is a big kind of diplomatic incident that happened. At this time right now, you have to understand that France is starting to get a little nervous of us. They're experiencing their own revolution at this time. And remember, we turned our back on them. We decided that we want to stay out of it. We don't want to help them because by helping them, it could drag us into their revolution, which upsets France because remember, France helped us during our own. So they thought that we were going to help them in return, and in reality, we didn't. So in retaliation, France decided to start seizing our ships. So all of our ships that were making it to Britain, they started seizing and they started taking them over. And that was not good. That's not a good thing at all. Okay, and I really need you guys to understand that the fact of the matter is France needed our help. We turned our back on them, and then as a retaliation, they started seizing and kind of taking over our ships. And then to kind of slow things down a little bit, we decided to ask for a meeting. We said, you know what, this isn't working, let's have a meeting. So France decides to send 3 diplomats that get the name X, Y, and Z. Okay, their names are known, but we just discuss them as X, Y, and Z. Okay, so those 3 diplomats end up meeting with our ambassador to kind of figure out a plan on moving forward. Are we going to help them? Are we not going to help them? Even though we've already made it known, we're not helping them. So when we end up meeting, we tell our ambassador tells these French diplomats, listen, we can't help you. We can't help you. We're still too new in our country to be able to help you. And these diplomats, what they end up doing is they start kind of bribing us, saying like, well, if we give you money, can you help us? If we give you, land, can you help us? And it didn't change our minds. It didn't. We weren't interested. It just wasn't something that we were interested in. And our ambassador decided to let the president at the time, John Adams, and the Senate know, which was a big deal. Okay, the more people that knew about this, the more it got out there, the more it ended up kind of making news. It was a mess. These these diplomats ended up making a real big mess with that. So it was not a good moment. It was not a good look for France. Let's just put it that way, okay? And because it wasn't a good look for France, a new thing ended up getting passed, and that is the Alien and Sedition Act. Okay, and that was your next set of notes that you're going to be looking at today. So the Alien and Sedition Act basically is a set of laws that were passed. And in these laws, the president has the power to imprison or deport any dangerous foreigners. Yes. Okay, now remember, we're already nervous with France because they're kind of making waves by seizing our ships. They're kind of upset that we're not helping them. So we're a little nervous about their behavior within our own country. And we decided to pass these set of laws to kind of ensure that we don't go to war with them. That if there's anyone that's kind of acting shady within our own country, we got to get them out. Okay, because we don't need revolutions to be started within our own country. So that's kind of what was going on. And here's the thing though, at this time, remember those 2 political parties that we talked about, our Federalists and our Democratic Republicans, are starting to kind of not be too happy about this set of laws, okay? The Democratic Republicans thought it was unconstitutional. We don't have the right. It's not in our Constitution. It doesn't allow us to deport people that we don't really trust. It's not in our Constitution. Whereas the Federalists were kind of leading the charge of, you know what? Let's shut it down. Let's go to war with France. Let's shut it down. If we can't trust them in our own country, we need to just go to war with them. Well, that's not the greatest idea either. Okay, so you have these two very different parties with two very different ideas. And, our political parties are starting to kind of fall farther and farther apart with their ideas of what they support and what they don't support. Okay, so this is kind of where we're starting to get in our part of history where political parties really start being very different from each other. Okay, and think about where we are today in the world with our democratic parties. They're very different. Okay, and this is the time period where it begins. All right, so that's what we're doing today. If you have any questions, you can always email me. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Don't forget, slow your roll, stay in your lane. Bye, guys.